Hi guys, what I do? It's your boy Supreme Cheer to God, and today we will talk about the king of Cheonliang. Now, the king of Cheonliang was just a mere child before he became a king, before he became a prince, before he rose to any prominence or notoriety or any sort of praise or fear, or became a monster as many saw and called him. He was abandoned, cast away, like Moses, with a letter that he was afraid to translate because he did not want to lose the only person that showed him compassion and kindness. I mean, even his own parents abandoned him and discarded him. They did not want or love him. He had 6 fingers. He was disfigured. LOOKISM. In Asia, specifically in Africa, and in a lot of the um, downtrodden, if you may, or less developed nations, if you may, countries, anybody with disabilities is often treated like scum, like dirt, like a piece of trash, unwanted goods, broken, discarded, and abandoned. And in this, we discover, and like I've always told you guys, the best part about LOOKISM is when he deals with LOOKISM, when he deals with these details that a lot of people like to ignore or put under the surface. And one thing I like about this story is that it really digs up a lot of dirt about Korea, and because a lot of people see K-pop and they see all this glamour and they see all these positive things, and they forget that every country, no matter how pretty or glamorized they may seem, no matter how much makeup is applied to it, still has dirty secrets. And one of them is that disabled kids are often not wanted, and are often abandoned or discarded, murdered even. Secrets that the author is always constantly revealing and telling the world. Korea is not perfect. No nation, no matter how dreamy-eyed, no matter how many animes or mangas or webtoon it creates, movies, whatever you want, or propaganda, no nation, no people are as nice as you think they are. And so, our 6-fingered boy, abandoned, was found by a gentleman who he sees as a father figure, a teacher, a friend, the first person to readily look out for him and have no interests of themselves, nothing to gain out of it. Left him with everything, the house, clothes, everything. The child eventually fell back to a weakness, loneliness. The child was lonely again. He was abandoned once more. But the man did warn him that he will eventually leave him. At least he did warn him. And so the child one day decided to visit the town of Cheonliang, because the man already taught him how to fend for himself, how to live in the wild, what to eat, how to survive, so that he would not need to ever step foot into the town. But he did anyway. He stepped foot into the town because loneliness, he's just a mere child after all. And thus he does, and captured he is and turned into a slave, a dog, a pawn, a sacrifice, beaten, trained. One eventual day he finds room to escape, and he flees, and he runs and he runs and he runs. But when he nears the end, a PTSD occurs. Something he did not realize has been building up for many years. I have PTSD myself, so I completely understand the feeling. It's like a wall, an immeasurable wall, one almost impossible to overcome. He could not overcome it. So the villagers found him. They found him, and the hatred, the feeling, it was too much. He collapsed. He can't stand it when there's a mob of people attacking him or hating him. He can't stand it. When he awoke, everyone in his wake was absolutely demolished, beaten to a pulp. He did not understand what had occurred. It was the first of many eventual blackouts. He returned once again to the house he was given. The house he was given by the one and only person that ever treated him with any decency. When the person who captured him, the shaman, if you may, heard of this news, he said, wait, he didn't escape? Why didn't he just keep going? Well, we'll deal with him another time. We have a new pawn, a new slave, a new sacrifice. Years and years later, that sacrifice would eventually also escape. And he would find somebody who was kind to him. And the person who was kind to him was the the king of Cheonliang. See, over time, as he lived in the hut above the mountain, many came to challenge him because the shaman decided, wait a minute, let's call him a monster so people will fight him. And if he dies, he dies. And if he gets strong enough, we might use him as a guardian. And so many went, and all failed at the might of the king of Cheonliang. And he did not name himself king. Others did, because he could not be defeated, no matter how many were sent. This is the man that was nice to a boy who had his own deformation, if you may, his own quirk, if you may. He had two pupils, is it two pupils in his eyes? It's omnochronia or something like that. My apologies, I don't know the scientific term. And this is what he had. And no judgment was given to the boy, and the boy was shocked. He was treated nicely and fed. And he was taught how to survive, how to live on his own. The king was teaching the boy what he was taught from the only person that was nice to him. But you see, the king had found people before this boy already that had softened his heart and allowed him to accept people because he could not trust people. Just look at the life he had lived prior to meeting these young people who loved and followed and adored him. And thus he let yet another boy in through. And that boy's father was the one that was nice to him, the king of Cheonliang. How sad. How beautiful, how poetic. And yet, the king, no matter how hard he tried to protect all that was his, he thought a deed that he did during a blackout, he believed to have murdered the kid with the eyes, lover, love interest. And the boy that he had saved was now angry and raged and grabbed and attacked his own master, his own teacher, his superhero, his captain. But it was just rage. It was rage. It was a moment of weakness. It was anger. He thought maybe, but deep down he knew it couldn't be. This is no. But anger blinds everything. The same anger that blinds the king of Cheonliang when he blacks out. And he never remembers what he does. He never has. So why would he believe that he wasn't him? And he thought, I deserved to die the day that I was saved by that kind man. I did not deserve to live. I was destined to die. And today I hurt somebody that I care about deeply. And I cannot accept that. And so off he went as the boy ran with the girl's dead body in hand, trying to find help. The king decided, I will leave that boy as the king. I will leave all my princes and my princess behind. I'll leave my knights and I will go because I do not deserve life. And he went into the ocean, and he walked. He did not jump. He walked slowly, clearly, allowed himself to drown, and then tied the chain of an anchor around his neck so that when fight or flight kicks in, he would not save him. And the king died honorable, but wrong. He never hurt that girl. He was framed. It's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.